Greetings. Welcome to episode 4 of my series titled There's Only One Clear Path to Start Growing the Jamaican Economy by 10% each year, every year, for the next 10, 20, or even 30 years. What is that plan? We'll look at that in a bit. But first, today's topic is the 4 horsemen of Jamaica's slow economical growth dilemma. Now, in alphabetical order, the 4 horsemen are currently number 1, Andrew Holness, Prime Minister. Number 2, Auburn Hill, Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce. Number 3, Edmund Bartlett, Minister of Tourism. Number 4, Nigel Clark, Minister of Finance. Now, starting from the bottom, in this episode, we will be looking at number 4, Nigel Clark. Now, the Minister of Finance is like a housewife with 10 children, some of which are adults, but contribute very little to the household income. The husband brings home a reasonable sized bunch of bananas each week, and the skillful housewife, with her expertness, managed to get the bunch of bananas to last all week without the children suffering from acute hunger. But however skillful the housewife is with the one bunch of bananas, the problem in the household is that the other members of the family need to start contributing to the family's household income as well. So between the wife and her husband, they need to come to some decision as to how to improve the family's income. Either the wife goes to work and leave the adult children to take care of the younger children, or they encourage 1 or 2 of the adult children to take up employment. That's how they're going to improve the household income. Likewise, the Minister of Finance needs to discuss with the Prime Minister how they are going to put at least half of the 700,000 people in Jamaica who are outside of the labor force into formal employment. Of course, some of the 700,000 people who are outside of the labor force are either sickly or too old to be employed. On the other hand, however, there are quite a lot of people who are classed as employed but are only working a few hours or 1 day each week. Hence, of the 1.3 million Jamaicans who are classed as employed, there could be as much as 300,000 who are earning well below the minimum wage each week on average. Hence, instead of just coming on the news medias and saying how much funds he is going to put into this or that program, or how much he is going to give to this or that group of people, the Minister of Finance need to come on air and say how much new people are in full-time employment and how much the Jamaican economy is projected to grow by in the short to medium term. This is what the Ministers of Finance does in developed countries. They come on air on a regular basis and state the performance of their economies to see if it is in line with what has been projected during the election campaign. And speaking about projections, it would take Jamaica 30 years, growing by 10% per year on average to equal the GDP per capita of the Bahamas, Barbados, or Trinidad and Tobago. I repeat, it will take Jamaica 30 years, growing by 10% per year on average to equal the GDP per capita of the Bahamas, Barbados, or Trinidad and Tobago. The question is, does the Minister of Finance believe that Jamaica can catch up those other Caribbean countries? Forget about this talk of Jamaica becoming a first world country. That is pipe dream for now. If the government does not have a plan for Jamaicans to become as wealthy as some of their other Caribbean neighbors per capita, then the government is just fooling the people to let them believe that they can become a first world country like the USA, Canada, and the UK. Let us try and catch up with some of our wealthy Caribbean neighbors first. I believe that both the government and the opposition should state how they are going to start growing the Jamaican economy by 10% per year, every year over the next 10 years and beyond. Then the people should vote on which plan they think best suit Jamaica. Then if the government that wins the next election does not put the economy in the position to start growing by 10% per year by the end of their term, then they should be voted out of office. If the people think that the other party has a better chance of growing the economy by 10% per year. The above should be the case for the 2024-2025 general election and going forward. It is time the Jamaican people stop voting for handouts and start voting for the Jamaican economy. It is not about which party can give the most handouts. It should be about which party can provide jobs and training so that everyone has a chance to earn a decent living. Okay, let me put a disclaimer in. I'm not blaming these four men for the historic 1% growth on average that Jamaica has been growing by since independence. Also, they may not be the four men in the current administration who are solely responsible for the projected 1% growth that Jamaica is expected to grow by over the next couple of years. I don't count the last 2 years as growth. I count it as bounce back after the COVID-19 pandemic. Because once the country reach back to the pre-pandemic levels of 2019, which we will do at some point this year, 2023, then the economy is projected to resume its 1% growth per annum. My aim is to enlighten the Jamaican people that they need to demand the 10% growth from their politicians, as it would take 30 years growing by 10% per annum for us to have a chance to catch up some of our Caribbean neighbors 30 years from now. God bless you. Bless Prime Minister. God God bless Jamaica, and God bless the Parliament in Jamaica, and God may give the leaders the insight and the wisdom to understand what need to put in place to grow the economy of Jamaica, that people can start getting jobs. Don't have to run abroad and travel abroad and all that stuff. Job in their country, work and develop Jamaica. God bless you.